Well, in an embarrassing move for the state government, the Supreme Court adjourned the hearing on Nityananda's petition against potency test to the 20th of August. The apex court adjourned the hearing because the state government did not file an affidavit. The Supreme Court has also expressed unhappiness over Karnataka's failure to file the affidavit. It has also refused to hear Vanjita's petition seeking to make her a party in the case. The apex court dismissed a petition filed by Van Kumar. Nitya had moved the Supreme Court against Karnataka High Court order on a potency test. Let's not forget that the Karnataka High Court had recently told that while a non-bailable warrant against Nityananda can be quashed, at the same time he will have to undergo a potency test. But since Nityananda had moved the Supreme Court in this regard, there was a deadline that was given that ended today, which is the 12th of August. But because of the complacency of the state government in filing the affidavit in this regard, it has been further pushed by a week to the 20th of August. So there is a temporary relief for the self-styled godman thanks to the complacency of the state government. On the other hand, in another development in connection to the case, Vanjita's wish to be party in the case has been quashed by the apex court. Well, actor Rekha and cricket legend Sachin Tendulkar were pilloried for their abysmal attendance in Parliament last week. Sachin will not amend that record very soon, but Rekha today decided to show up. The sight of the 59-year-old Bollywood veteran in the Rajya Sabha today had the corridors of Parliament abuzz about the special appearance. She sat through the question hour as well. Well, both Sachin Tendulkar and Rekha were heavily criticized for having about 3% attendance only, while Sachin has attended just about 3 sessions in total. Rekha has attended 7 sessions, and for most part of the sessions in the Rajya Sabha, the 2 VVIPs have been absent. While Sachin still pushed his luck and has applied for leave because of family exigencies, the leave that has been granted by PJ Kurian, the deputy chairman of the Rajya Sabha. But on the other hand, Rekha seems to have decided to mend her ways and is back in the parliament. And moving on now, Prime Minister Narendra Modi arrived on his maiden visit to Leh to inaugurate 2 hydropower projects in the Ladakh region. The Prime Minister will also launch a 330-kilometer Leh-Srinagar transmission line. Following the inauguration of the hydropower project, Modi stated that he wanted to bring saffron revolution in the state.
कि हमारे जम्मू कश्मीर में सैफ्रॉन रिवॉल्यूशन लाना है, कि हमारे जम्मू कश्मीर में सैफ्रॉन रिवॉल्यूशन लाना है, कि हमारे जम्मू कश्मीर में सैफ्रॉन रिवॉल्यूशन लाना है.
He also gave a detailed explanation of what he meant by saffron revolution.
हमने निर्णय किया है कि हमारे जम्मू कश्मीर में सैफ्रॉन रिवॉल्यूशन लाना है. और मैं जम्मू कश्मीर में जब सैफ्रॉन रिवॉल्यूशन की बात करता हूं, मतलब यहां का जो केसर है, जो हमारा यहां का किसान केसर की खेती करता है, मैंने स्पाइसेस के बोर्ड है उनको कहा है कि केसर के विकास के लिए, केसर के मार्केट के लिए, आधुनिक खेती के लिए स्पाइसेस बोर्ड के माध्यम से एक स्पेशल व्यवस्था खड़ी की जाए. उस बोर्ड के अंदर एक अलग इकाई खड़ी की जाए. वो स्पेशली जम्मू कश्मीर के किसानों की चिंता करें, उनके इस केसर की खेती में मदद करें. और ये सैफ्रॉन की दृष्टि से, केसर की दृष्टि से पूरी दुनिया में आगे बढ़े.
Well, earlier in the day, Modi was received at the Leh airport by Jammu and Kashmir Governor N.N. Vohra, Chief Minister Omar Abdullah, Chief of the Indian Army General Dalbir Singh Suhag, and senior civil, police and military officials. Modi was accompanied by Union Power Minister Piyush Goyal and National Security Advisor Ajit Doval. This is the first visit any Prime Minister has made to the region since 1999 Kargil War. The Prime Minister will be addressing the airmen and army men who have been guarding the borders in harsh winters in high-altitude areas, including the Siachen Glacier. Modi also addressed a gathering in Polo Ground and in the Kargil town. And well, in some sensational developments in the Badaयूं rape case, parents of the victims failed the lie detector test, reinforcing suspicion that the deaths could have been a case of honor killing. The reports highlight contradictions in the version of their events before and after the tests. The forensic experts, on the basis of negative lie detection report of parents and eyewitness Babu Ram alias Nazru, have told the CBI team that the parents lied about the allegations against the 5 arrested accused. Apart from the negative lie detection test reports of parents, CBI says other circumstantial evidence also indicate they tried to mislead investigators. The developments come close on the heels of the 5 accused arrested in the case being given a clean sheet by the lie detector tests. The tests had found their denial truthful. The 2 minor girls went missing on the night of 27th May in Sadatganj village in Badaयूं area, and their bodies were found hanging from a mango tree the next day. The post-mortem report of the 2 girls confirmed that they were raped before the murder. CBI officials said the investigation so far did not indicate the direct involvement of the 5 accused, who have been in judicial custody since their arrest 2 months back. Well, the Badaयूं rape case had become quite a sensational case, as the bodies of 2 rape victims were found hanging from a mango tree in the village of Badaयूं in Uttar Pradesh, while on one hand 5 accused were taken into custody, and the parents had pointed out that they were shown the way by one of the accused to find the bodies of the girls. Now, surprisingly, the lie detector test has proved otherwise, as it has found the denial of the accused truthful, whereas the version of events given by the parents, which were contradictory in the first place, have been proved to be false through the lie detector test. And well, the KPSC probationers whose strike entered the 25th day began by singing the national anthem. They also wished Chief Minister Siddaramaiah on his birthday. Police presence has been increased at the Freedom Park, which is the venue of strike. They are continuing to stage a hunger strike against the government's decision to scrap the 2011 KPSC recruitment. Well, this is the 25th day of protest and the 5th straight day of intense protest, where many of the candidates are still on hunger strike. We can see that though the situation has become far more sober than what it was a couple of days back, still many of the candidates feel that injustice has been meted out to them, and that's the reason they will continue staging a protest till the government decides to respond. Well, the number of protesters has clearly come down, more so because many of the fasting protesters were rushed to the hospital yesterday as their condition had deteriorated considerably. Well, these developments come in the backdrop of the state cabinet taking the decision of not going forward with the 2011 KPSC recruitment and scrapping it altogether in the backdrop of irregularities that had surfaced. But on the other hand, innocent recruitees have gone on to state that why should they be punished for no fault of theirs? Well, the situation seems far more dim and far more sober in comparison to the last few days. Even H.D. Kumaraswamy, the former Chief Minister, has expressed solidarity with this agitation, but will the government budge? On one hand, we have the government expressing absolute helplessness, saying that once the discrepancies are made clear, there is nothing they can do and they have to scrap the entire process. And well, on the other hand, We have the protesters going on to state that when the government can clearly differentiate between the candidates who have been wrong and the candidates who have been right, why is it punishing everyone on the same level? Police officials are also present in large numbers at the venue to ensure that everything goes as per plan and there is nothing untoward that takes place. Every time they see a protester falling ill, they are being rushed to the hospital, and police officials leaving nothing to chance.